Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is. We are back again, and it's time for the Tuesday Banger. It's time for the Tuesday Banger, y'all. That's a lock. It's time for the Tuesday Banger, and I got one. I keep a banger at all times. But like I always say before I start my videos off, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out there working hard, everybody that's out there with their own business, getting to that bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to listen to in the morning times, man. And I promise y'all, there's no problem on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. All I ask is for one thing, and that's for y'all to just stay out the way. That's all I want you to do, man. And we gotta stay out the way, man, because it's people that's counting on us, man, not to get locked up. Right now, you got people around you that's counting on you not to leave them, man. Like when we get locked up and leave our peoples, man, we really leave them, man. Like leave them. Like no more help, no more being there, no more birthdays, no more this, none of that. We are gone. And that's not a position we trying to put ourselves in, man, coming in 2026, man. Let's smarten up, change our ways, change the places we hang with, change the dudes that we running with. Let's change up everything. It's time to, man. It's time to grow up, man. Y'all ain't tired of thugging and beefing all day. Y'all ain't tired of that. Every year, it's another year. If you someone that made it through the year of just beefing and running around the streets doing nonsense all day, you not tired of it, man. Look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, are you tired of it, man? Because I know you are, man. You could be out here doing the right thing and making more money than you probably doing out there doing the wrong thing, man. The wrong thing ain't gonna do nothing but land y'all in jail. That's all I'm telling you, man. It's 2026 is about to be here. If you keep doing the wrong thing, you are going to be in jail. And that's a fact, man. Stop what you're doing. There's people right now that's counting on you not to leave, man. You got to be out here, man. You got graduations, all this stuff coming up. If you got kids, this is the time for you to be out here, man. You can't leave them, man. So just think about what I'm saying and stay out the way. Period, man. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is the Tuesday Banger game. So what I need y'all to do with this one, like, share, subscribe, so y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. What? It's time for business. It's time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called He Did the Unthinkable. Part 1. Crazy story, crazy situation. When we where, y'all? We are in prison, man. Crazy things happen. Y'all already know that, man. There's people in prison, man, that's just so burnt out, man. They'll do stuff that you would never believe, man. Like, you'll think to yourself, like, I know he didn't do that. But, like, in prison, you see the unthinkable, man. You see stuff that you'll never imagine to see if you was on the street, man. It's a crazy world in there, man. Like, I'm telling you, you'll meet dudes, and they'll just do stuff that you'll never forget, man. I went through that a lot, man. I did 16 years, so I went through that a lot, man. I seen things I'll never forget. So with that being said, we are on Susses 2 for this one, y'all. We are on Susses 2. And I can remember being in 3D, man, kind of like from the time when we first got in there, man. Little early stages of 3D. We already super used to it. We done been over there a couple months now, but this is like the early stages of 3D, man. This is a great time in 3D, man. It's a lot of dudes in there. It's a lot of cool people in there that I talked to, man. It was just like a pod of, you know, it was just like a good pod because everybody got along. We was the only pod in the building, man. Everything was going on in there. We was still getting all the same perks that the other buildings was getting. We still get the the dog food, whatever you wanted, it'll still be in our block. We was just in a separate pod, man. We was the only pod in 3 building, man. But we made it. We took advantage of our situations being over there, man. We did what we had to do. The most part, the things that you could do when you over there is get a job. Now, a lot of times when I'm telling stories about 3D, I had a job the whole time I was in there until I actually went to the hole. Now, when I got a job this time, it was a lot of stuff that used to go on when it came to people having jobs and being in the block. But when you got a job in 3D, a lot of the people that had jobs, which was a lot of people in the block, usually in a regular block, you would have people that work in the pod that have jobs, you know what I mean? But in 3D, it was like half of the pod had jobs because a lot of dudes were working the hole, and they used to give a lot of jobs out. I ain't gonna say half of the pod, but way more than the regular number of people that have jobs in the regular buildings. So a lot of people were moving around. A lot of dudes used to be able to have access to holler at their people. A lot of dudes in the block used to take advantage of being able to get stuff to people in the hole, charging dudes in other buildings, being able to transport the stuff back and forth. Like, dudes made a job within a job what they was doing over there in 3D, man. Like, I used to be able to like go over there and hustle. Like, that's what I used to like to do. It was a lot of people in there that used to like to mess around with the Hardee's chicken, the dog food game, the la game, all that, man. So it was like you take advantage of how you take advantage at 3D, man. So like with everybody having jobs and everybody being cool in there, man, like everybody didn't have jobs. Like, you would have people come in the block and they wouldn't have jobs. But the people like me that been in there a while, I had a job. So it was a few dudes in there, man. Like, I'm not gonna say this dude name, man, but we gonna call him Nod. Nod wasn't from Norfolk, but he used to always be around us. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, he wasn't from our town, but he was one of those dudes that kind of like used to like rocking with us, kind of like. So he was around us when he was in the block. I was cool with him. Like, he wasn't a dude that like I was counting on like we gotta make plays and we gotta do this. No, Nod was a regular dude. Every now and then he liked to be the number one he used to like to do that every now and then. Pause. Like, that was one of his major things that he used to do, man. But a lot of people did that in there, you know what I mean? So that was one of the things he used to do. But for the most part, he was just a chill dude that had a job, you know what I mean? I would help him facilitate plays. We would run the blocks and run the different pods together, do this and do that. I was cool with the dude. I ain't even gonna lie, I was cool with him, man. Like, he wasn't from the town, but he was a cool dude. He was probably like a little bit older than me at the most, man. I'll give him like early 30s. He was kind of like a little brown skinned dude, had the low cut game, you know what I mean? Kept himself together. And like, you know, he was one of those regular dudes in the block. We knew if we come to trouble, he was definitely gonna rock with us. And not saying that we needed him for that, but we already knew like he used to deal with us like that, you know what I mean? So he in the block, me and him working. He facilitating plays in the hole. I'm helping him do the plays. So I used to always see Nod. Nod used to always be talking to the CO dude. You know what I mean? Now the CO dude, he would work downstairs. He wouldn't work our joint a lot, but he would work downstairs. Now the CO dude was cool. You know what I mean? The CO dude wasn't no lame type of dude. You know what I mean? He was a regular dude that act regular. You know what I mean? Super cool. Now, he didn't let us do everything. Now, he used to let us pass stuff to people in the hole. Now, he wouldn't really let us, like, he'd be like, yo, this such and such person in the booth, y'all can't bring stuff, because we would have to pop people tray slots. Like, you know they can't open the doors in there, but we knew how to pop the tray slots. So he'll let us pop the tray slots when he go into the booth and take the lady break. So that's when we'll come in there and just do whatever we have to do as far as passing and everything. So he was cool with that. And we're going to call this COM. Now, COM, like I say, he's let us get away with everything, basically, man. But, like, every time I would look up, I seen him and Nod kind of, like, verbally sparring together. And, like, one time I walked up on it, and they tried to get me to straighten it. But the dude would be in the booth. He'll be standing at the booth. We in another part of the hole working. Like, but he'll be in the booth standing on the joint looking down. And Nod will be, like, he got to look down on bro. He called me over there to kind of get it straightened down. The dude, COM was a Washington Redskins fan. Now, Nod was a Dallas Cowboy fan. Love the Dallas Cowboys. I'm talking about Dallas Cowboys. Love to take up for them, argue about them. He didn't play about them just like every other Dallas Cowboy fan in there. Now, it was kind of different having to argue with a CO that actually was a Redskins fan. Now, there's a lot of Redskins fans in Virginia prison. A lot of them. You know what I mean? It's a whole lot of them. Not just from the Northern Virginia side and the DC side to get locked up over in Virginia. No, I'm talking about the Tidewater side as well. Definitely the Richmond side. A lot of dudes like the Washington Redskins. So when I walked to the booth, he like, hey, look, I'm trying to tell him, man, that this our division, I think this is around the time. I want to say is this Dez Bryant them time? I don't know. This could be around that time. I could be wrong. But he was like, we going to the playoffs. Dallas was all right this year. He was like, tell her we going to the playoffs and Washington ain't going to do this and do that. So I was like, man, you know, I ain't really want to get into whatever their argument was. But COM was like, man, look, White, you ain't got nothing to do with this, White. You ain't got who your team. I was like, I like the 49ers. He was like, man, you ain't got nothing. No, you definitely ain't got nothing to do with this. You definitely ain't got nothing to do with this. He ain't gonna win the division. So they just used to be going back and forth. But then I started seeing that they was all right. You know what I mean? So as the time went on a little time went on, you would see Nod, he still be trying to like always hollering at him and hollering at him and hollering at him. You know what I mean? So nobody really like, I actually try to initiate anything that was coming from that end. But like when you see a dude that you know that's cool with a CO like that, regardless if it's male or female, you know what I mean? You're gonna try to be like, yo, boom, 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 boom. You're gonna try to be like, yo, bro, what's good? Like, what's good, bro? Like, you know what I mean? So I ain't say nothing the first few times, but I started thinking that, like, for real, man, like, Like, if he hollering at bro and he ain't really doing that, I was like, man, I should try to holler at the CO and see what's good. Like, see if he trying to get some money, because I already was in a situation. I was already touching a la from time to time, but you know, I'm really trying to get a roller. This is about when you get a roller, that's the ultimate right there. That's the mother load. So I'm like, man, I should try to holler at COM. Man, he all cool. He wasn't an old CO to neck. He was a cool little, slim little dude, cool, super cool CO. So I'm like, man, I should try to holler at him. So I was like, I'm just gonna bring it up one day around 9. So all us was in the back, you know what I mean? It was a dude back there from the news that used to rap. So he back there beating on the junk rapping. So we all back there listening to the little rap cypher. So we all chilling, just listening to bro rap. So right there, we all chicken. So we all, after bro finished rapping, we all just was kind of right there, just kicking it. So I was like, man, who got the la-la? What's up? I used to mess with the la-la sometimes. He's like, who got the la-la? I buy the la-la. So I'm like, man, you need to get COM to bring us some la-la, man. He was like, what? I was like, bro, you need to get COM to bring us some la-la, man. Like, real talk, man. You need to get COM to bring some la-la, bro. Like, what's good, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you be hollering at him and like, he be looking like y'all cool like that. I was like, is he about the action? I was like, because I'm ready to say something to him, but I was like, I don't really want to step on your toes if it's that type of party, though. He was like, ain't that type of party, but COM ain't doing nothing. I already asked him. He ain't doing none of that. He ain't bringing the package. I'm like, he ain't bringing the package. I was like, you sure, bro? I was like, because you know that's what they all say. They all say they not bringing the package until the next thing they know, they coming in through the gate with the package, bro. I said, you sure he's not bringing the package? He was like, I'm sure, bro. I'm sure. I hollered at him. I offered him some money. I offered him to go holler at my cousin who got the la-la on the street. And he said he was cool. He wasn't with it. He said he wasn't with it. I'm like, man, he say he wasn't with it. He was like, he say he wasn't with it, man. So I'm like for real though, I was like, man, me personally, my homeboy was like, yo, I'll cut a CO off if he keep talking me to death and he ain't bringing me no package. So I was like, what you mean? Like, I mean, I ain't trying to be like, I seen how aggressive he got when my man that said that now, like, was kind of calm, listening to what he basically turning me down for what I was asking about. And then when bro said that, his whole attitude changed. He was like, man, I ain't gotta stop talking to nobody, man. Look, why would I want to be on the police bad side when me and Weezy be back there passing stuff over down in 4A? Like, why would I want to be on his bad side? Like, that don't make no sense. So I'm like I'm listening to him. I'm like, he got a point, but I'm like, still though, I was like, yeah, bro, you right. But I'm like, listen, bro, we got a bit to do, bro. We in here like you, like, damn, bro. I was like, bro, the goal is to get our own stuff. You know what I mean? Unless you want to keep buying from the old head dude that might be a predator. I said, now he got the la-la. I said, if you want to keep copying from him, you know what I mean? Or you want to get your own stuff, let me know. He was like, man, look, all right, look, just let me work on him a little bit more, and I'm going to see what I can do. I said, bro, just holler at him and see where you go from there, bro. He's like, got you. So boom, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, bro, gonna save us, man. Like, you ain't from Norfolk, but like, you running with us, so like, bro, save the day. Like, I got tired of always saving the day. Me and my roommate, we'll save the day. Let somebody else save the day on the team. My other homeboy ain't got no means to get the package. You know what I mean? So he can't get the package. But if you was somebody that's in the CO face all day, man, bro, try to get the package. Bro, that's the main goal. So I just started watching him closer now when we go downstairs and work. I'm downstairs working. I'm just watching him. You know what I mean? So he down there, COM on the floor. You know what I mean? So they'll be running around. Next thing you know, I had a homeboy that I was in 2C with, man. My homeboy Ish, man. That's word. I used to go holler at him. He was somebody that wasn't getting out the hole. So when I was in 3D, I used to go holler at him. So when he was in cell 12, so I would go, like, you know, y'all know cell 12 was all the way in the back corner. So I would go down there and kick it with bro. You know what I mean? I'll go down there, I'll sit down there and kick it with bro for a minute. Like, and all the way up until we almost got a lockdown. You know what I mean? He'll be chilling. I go get him a light so he can light his black and mild dust or whatever he messing with. And I'll just be sitting down there just kicking it with him, letting bro know what's going on. Me and him was cool. You know what I mean? But he was waiting to get transferred, but it was dragging him. You know what I mean? So I used to be kicking it with him. So when I kick it with bro, I used to kind of lose eyesight to what Nah doing. But y'all know I'm in I'm talking to cell 12. That's by the back window in every part. It's in the back, by the back window. You know what I mean? It's by the toilet. It goes from 1 through 12. It goes that way. Then it turns, then it gets to the shower, and then 13 is by the shower, and it's 14, 15 through 22. But back there, it's like when we go back, some dudes go back there and kick it. You can look out the window, privacy conversation. That's what dudes go at. So I'm back there talking to him. So I would lose track of what Nah doing. But I can remember one time, bro was like, yo, look, can you take this wick to my man at 35? So y'all know what a wick is when dudes burn the toilet paper and, you know what I mean? That'd be somebody light when they're in the hole. So I'm like, all right. So he like, bro, got a lighter. So bro lit the joint. He slide under the door. I get the joint. So as soon as I come around the corner from the showers, I look up. I seen Nah coming from the back, like, you know what I mean? Y'all know down by cell 22 is a back door. Now across from that that's where the cleaning closet is at, and they got some stuff in that closet in the back area too, where that back door is at by 22, but not cleaning supplies. But usually that's what people be going back there to get the package and stuff like that. So as I'm coming back, I'm about to get ready to, like, the steps right here for me to get to 35. So I'm coming for 12. I'm like, and when I look up, I seen Nah. I was like, he was ready. He was like, and he seen me. When he seen me, he was like, oh, what's up? You ready to dip? I was like, yeah, hold on, let me get bro this wick. I was like, what's up, you good? He was like, yeah. So I go up the steps, I'm like, so he already going towards the door. I go up the steps, I'm like, I get up the steps. I walk down my 35, slide bro the wick. As I'm coming back down, get ready to hit the steps, I look, I see the CO, he like, he closed the back door, I was like, you can hear it. I'm coming down the steps, I see him, he turned around, he was like, oh, what's up, White? When you about to leave? I'm saying in my head, where was he at? Like, why was you back there? Like, I didn't know what was going on. But I'm like, so crazy. I'm like, man, bro, getting that package. I'm like, man, I know bro ain't trying to spin us. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna give bro benefit out, like I say, man. So he waited for me by the door. I didn't make a big fuss about that. It was nothing. I just seen the CEO. It looked like how I be when a dude getting the package. So he slide. You know what I mean? So I go to the door, bro. I'm like, what's up, bro? You know what I mean? We get to walking back up the steps because we going back to 3D. I said, yo, bro, what's up? You holler at him? He was like, man, I think he gonna break. I don't know. He said, let him think about it. I said, that's what y'all was back there doing just now. He was like, what? I was like, that's what y'all was back there doing just now. He was like, oh, nah. He was like, I shot over there to go to 3A. Because y'all know we was in 3B. That's where we was at. I was talking to my man in cell 12. So he said he shot through the back. He said he was over there trying to make a play, and he was like, COM seen him. So he's like, he told him like, yo, look, man, there's a lot of money in here. You know what I mean? So he explained to me, right? But I'm listening. I'm like, what did he say though? Like, he just like, I ask a lot of questions. That's what I do. I'm like, so what did he say? Like, is he with it or is he not? Like what's the play? Like, bro, he was good. He like, man, like, I think he might just give it some more time though, man. So I started like looking at him like he was lying. Like, I was like, yo, I hope really, I told myself, I said, I hope Nah ain't trying to spin me, man. Cause like, if he is, it's his business. That's for one. Like, you don't gotta tell me you getting the package, bro. Like, I ain't on it like that. But like, if you gonna be a real dude, bro, we gonna be real dudes, man. And like, we hold people to these type of standards in prison. It sounds crazy, but this is the standards that we hold people. That's why when dudes come home, y'all be seeing that we be extra serious about every damn thing, because this is where we come from. Dudes that do long bids like me. This is the type of principles we had to learn and abide by for all these years. So I'm looking at it like this. Now, bro ain't even from Norfolk. Nah, that's not from Norfolk, but he rock with us every day. Now, he don't never really bring nothing to the table, which is, I'm not tripping on, but like, if it's your turn, bro, it's your turn if you doing something. So if you getting something and you hanging around dudes every day looking us in our face and you trying to play past us, like, in my book, I don't know about y'all that been on this, who ain't never been to prison. In my book, that's lame. That's lame in my book. Don't do that. You might as well just be like, yo, bro, I ain't gonna hang with you if I don't gotta never look out for you. I'll be like, you know what, bro, I'm cool with that, y'all. So boom. And that's how I wanted people to carry it, man. Like, cause that's how I'm gonna carry it with them. Especially if I'm being around you, man. Like, you don't gotta carry it like that. It mean you ain't hanging. But if we hanging, bro, pause. Like, bro, that's how I wanted to carry it, bro. So I was like, I ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I mean? So I told my man, I was like, yo, I hope Nah ain't spinning us, bro. He was like, why you say that? I said, man, because, man, the other night we was in 4B. I said, man, I went to go take the whip, man. Got down. I said, I was down there messing with Ish. I said, man, I went to go take the whip upstairs, his man in 35. I said, when I come from around the corner, I see Nah coming out the back, like the back closet. Now I was like, we used to always, sometimes we'll shoot from 3D to 3C because we're in our pod. So like the back door was major convenient, but when we working, we don't never really go through the back door. It's like when we going from hole to a hole. So downstairs, it's hole to hole. It's A pod to B pod. You know what I mean? And that's the hole. Upstairs, y'all know it's 3D population, my block, then 3C. So like that was easy for us to sneak through over there. We had to do something. But downstairs, we usually walking like through the sliders. Like we not gonna come from the back. I'm saying we can't unless you get in that package. That's what I'm saying. So I tell bro to run down. So bro, like, for real, man? I was like, yeah. He was like, man, nah, for real. I think he popped up with some Lala. Remember he had that Lala last week? I'm like, yeah. I was like, he don't mess around like that too much with the Lala. He was like, I know, but like he popped up with the Lala. You know what I mean? He was like, I don't know though. I don't know. You think he's spinning? I was like, bro, I don't know. I was like, if he is spinning, it's his business. I say, but at the end of the day, it's just a little whack that he lying. You know what I mean? I was like, because for one, I'm working down there with him. And for two, like, why are you doing this, bro? Like, I don't understand why dudes do this. I know y'all be looking at me like, Weezy, you a maniac. But no, These are the principles, and this is the way I want to get like people that's around me. Like, you gonna be around me, bro. Like, this is how I gotta be handled, bro. Like, stuff gotta be carried like this. You know what I mean? Because this is normal action right now. I'm not gonna hide from my niggas. You know what I mean, bro? Speak to me every day. We go to breakfast, sit at the table, eat every day, make meals, all of that. Like, this ain't no time to be spinning me. So my homeboy was like, man, for real, he might do be spinning. Cause he do be sneaky, man. He was like, look, he was like, man, one night, like last week, man, the COM came in, and now I slept in cell 11. You know what I mean? Now I'm sleeping in cell 41. Now I can, from my window, I can look out my window and see the pod. Now I can't see all the way around by cell 12 and once the, like cell 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I can't see that all under me, like all the cells under me. I can't see that, but I can see out in the pod. Now, my homeboy slept in cell 13. So he said he seen COM come to bro's cell. He said he seen bro, he said he seen him when COM come in his cell, talk to him. He said he heard the trace light, it was late night. Cause you know the CO worked late night. He's like, he heard the trace light, bro. So he dipped, you know what I mean? He said he ain't paying no mind. He said he got up and pissed and he pinned it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, bro, I don't know. I was like, bro, like if he went my homeboy, like, let's just ask him then. Let's just ask him then. I was like, man, nah, bro, cause I don't want bro to feel like I'm hating or stuff like that. This can go all wrong. There ain't no need, if I ain't got no proof, it ain't no need for it to go all that wrong. So he was like, man, you right, man. You know what I mean? He was like, but it's just, you know what I mean? Let's give bro the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, y'all. I ain't gonna speculate nothing, you know what I mean? But for the moment, y'all, it was just looking fishy. So boom! I ain't say nothing though. I kept it to myself, you know what I mean? Next day roll around, regular activities, you know what I mean? Nod acting like it's regular. Me and him usually would work late night, you know what I mean? That's when we would go downstairs and do all of that. So do the regular days, everything was normal. He ain't say nothing about nothing. He didn't pop up to have nothing. But all I know is from the next day or when I picked him, not that day, that following day, the day after that, somebody had some la-la. Now, it'll be la-la in the part if I have it, this Richmond dude might have it, or this other dude might have it, like, but somebody like who be with Nod, they never really had it. But it was somebody that Nod would talk to very rare. Not a lot, but I'm trying to tell you, man, dudes play past you to the ninth power. Dudes do not want people in their business, or sometimes not in their business. Now, I'm not saying like you spinning your homeboys like that, because it's going to be hard to spin your homeboys like that. Shit do not really work. But dudes will play past people in prison like that's just how it is. So it's a dude that he used to be with, sometimes play spades with. You know what I mean? Not from his city either, but this dude was kind of like a loner, but still like to smoke the la-la, still like to do this, but still like to mess with the la-la, still like to do this, do that. So he was in the block and he used to mess with Nod sometimes. Not all the time, because Nod used to be with us. You know what I mean? But I seen Nod talking to him. So I look up, dude's like, yo, no, the dude got feesies. I'm like, for real? Like, yeah, he got 2 pack pieces. I'm like, he got 2 pack pieces? Like, yeah, he want 2 packs. So I'm like, man, let me see how them joints look. So I catch bro. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? You got some la? Because he already know I keep the la. I'm like, what's up? You got some la? He was like, yeah. I was like, look, let's walk back by cell 12. So we walked back by cell 12. I was like, what you got? He was like, went in his pocket. He was like, got a couple spoons, but I'm selling 2 pack pieces. He was like, what you trying to get? I was like, yo, bro, look, I ain't trying to be nosy though, bro. I was like, but look, I ain't trying to grab the same stuff that the dude over in 4 building got, man. The dude downstairs in 4B. You know what I mean? I said, if it's some doodoo, if it's that same doodoo, I don't really want that. I knew that was a la that a lot of people was buying because the dude in 4B had to wait. I was like, bro, if that's the same thing, I don't really want it. I ain't gonna lie to you. He was like, he thought about it for a second. He was like, nah, it ain't the same thing, Weezy. It ain't the same thing. I was like, wow, that's what's up. I said, look, come to my cell then, come get these packs. So we shot in my cell. I went in the jump. I gave him 2 boxes of blacks and a pack of cigarettes. I was like, here, bro, that's basically 2 packs. So he was like, all right. So he made the play. You know what I mean? So I went and hollered at my other man. We messed with the la. So I just messed with the la. This isn't the joint from 4B. This isn't the joint from 4B. Like, this isn't the joint. So we're like, man, what joint is this? Then my man was like, you know, the dude that got the feces, he be talking to Nod. So I'm like, man, this is enough. So my other man in there, he is talking about, he was like, what, Nod spinning us. Nod got the la. I'm like, I know Nod ain't got the la, all that la done gave Nod. I'm like, nah, I don't know if he got, he's like, man, I'm about to call an answer. So dude a little older than us, he bucking, he like, I'm about to call him up here and answer. I'm like, nah, bro. He's like, nah, bro, we ain't holding no secrets like that, bro. Nah. Like, he gonna rock with us, bro. We gotta keep it 100 with everybody. He was like, hey, nah. We in cell 33, almost in the cut, you know what I mean? My man said, I'm like, man, this junk crazy, man. I'm like, I don't really want to have no conversation about this. So when cell break came, Nod came up there. He walked in, he seen us. He was like, oh, walked into a party. What's going on? What's up, y'all? What's up? He dialed everybody up. Like, what's up? He sat down. He like, what's up? My homeboy was like, yo, look, man, you ducking from us, bro. You ducking us or something. He was like, why you say that? He was like, cause your man got the feezies, bro. He was like, who my man? He was like, the dude that got the 2-pack pieces. He was like, oh, you talking? Oh, I mean, I don't know. He be getting from time. Like, bro, we ain't never seen him get nothing. He was like, man, look, I don't know. Y'all can see this Lala. This Lala gets serious. This Lala gets serious, man. Real talk. So he like, no, he denied. He denied. So he like, all right, man, that's crazy. All right, that's how he want to encourage. So when the jump came around and we was messing with the Feezy, he was like, let me hit that. He was like, nah, bro, you can't hit this jump, bro. He was like, why? Like, nah, we clapped him. You know what I mean? Like, nah, bro, you can't hit that jump, bro. You know what I mean? So he probably felt some type of way, but he laughed it off because he don't mess with it like that. You know what I mean? So they called Celebrate. All us got up out of there. We slid. Y'all so cool. But still no proof that this man is getting the package, man. I was like, this is crazy right here, man. So I was like, man, you know what, man? I was like, bro's like, I got my own stuff. I just don't want to hang with a guy that moved like this. Like, personally, y'all, that was my whole thing. So I forgot about it, you know what I mean? When we started going back downstairs, I ain't say nothing about it. Mr. M, you know what I mean? He still being Mr. M. He down there, he ain't arguing about football, same old, won't nothing change. Like, if he was getting some stuff, he was doing it real slick. So I said, if he did his kind of like that, as long as I don't catch him, it's cool. I said, but when I catch him though, like, I don't think it ain't gonna be cool. I said, because that's super duper lame in my book. So I just left it at that. And I continued to do my work out there and just move around. That's all I was doing. So I'll say probably like a week later from when that happened, like from when I first thought he had the joint, you know what I mean? From when I seen him, you know what I mean? Same routine. I dip off. Me and him was kicking it for a while. We was at the jump. Mr. M came and took the lady's spot in the booth. You know what I mean? So he was in the booth and they was talking. So when they was talking, we was debating about some small football. I slid from them, went to Cell 12, started hollering at bro again. You know what I mean? So I'm back there hollering at bro again at Cell 12, my homeboy Ish. They up there in the booth. When I look up again, the lady coming from the booth, they switched spots. You know what I mean? They switched spots again. So now he getting back to his floor officer on the floor, and the lady went back in the booth. So I hear him when he come in the floor. Boom. The slider opened up, he coming out of joint. So he ain't never used to say nothing. Like, I'm sitting on a trash can. There used to be a trash can in the office, like a trash can like this tall. If you turn it upside down, it's a steel joint. You can sit on it, you know what I mean? So I'm sitting on the trash can, you know what I mean? I'm sitting on a little trash can. So he never used to say nothing. So I got my back to bro door, you know what I mean? Bro got his tray slide open and I'm talking to bro. So me and him kicking it. So I lose track of him. I lose track of the CO again. So me and bro kicking. I look at the clock, it's getting late. So I'm like, man, I'm about to get ready to get out of here. My guy was like, you good? He was like, yeah. So as I get ready to slide, I come out. I start walking in the pod. I look, I don't see nobody. It's dark, it's quiet. You know what I mean? I walk to the booth. I see the CO. I was about to say, hey, look, let me out. I was like, damn, where the fuck bro at? I was like, where the fuck this nigga at? I was like, yo, you seen? I called. I told the CO. She was like, nah, I think they in here somewhere. He might be next door. And she got up and she looked. She was like, the back door open on that side, so they probably back there putting some chemicals in the joint. So I'm like, I was like, she was like, you want to go back upstairs? I was like, nah, hold on. Let me go tell bro I'm about to dip. But the whole time I'm walking, y'all, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be nosy. Fuck that. Catch this nigga in the act. Word, I'm gonna catch his monkey ass. That's how the walk was, the whole walk. I was like this. I was like, catch this nigga ass. Fuck that shit. I'm gonna get this nigga ass. I get back that joint. I get to the door. I'm like, as I get closer to the door, I can see the crack of the light. Like it's like, cause if it's closed, you're not gonna see no light on the outside, like nothing. But I can see like it was pulled, but it wasn't closed. So I get closer to the joint. I'm like, open the joint. I'm like, I pushed the door open. I was like, and I shot back to the pod, y'all. So boom. Oh my God, I went up the steps, y'all. I was like, I know I just ain't see that, man. That's just crazy. Y'all think I'm wet. I said, I know I just ain't see that, man. I said, man, this is crazy right here. You know what I mean? And then the crazy thing about it, he didn't even see me. I was like, oh shit. I was like, man, this shit crazy. I got back to the pod. Man, I went to jump, man. I was like, oh shit. I was like, man, I ain't gonna tell my roommate, man. Hell no, this shit crazy, man. I was like, man, I can't just believe it. I don't believe I just saw this shit, man. Y'all don't, man, this shit was so wild. I promise you, man, this shit was so wild. But penitentiary is a wild place. But this was so wild to witness, man. I promise y'all, man. This word, I looked, seen bro coming back a little later. He walked in, the John was on the door. He was like, when he came in, he was like, he seen me on the door. He was like, hey, where you at? Why you leaving? I was like, I had to take a shit, bro. Yeah, he was like, I'll holler at you in the morning. I was like, all right. I'm looking at his ass like, you motherfucker. God damn it, that's word. I said, this motherfucker. God damn. So I just had to keep that shit to myself. My roommate was sleep anyway. They called breakfast. Man. I get up. Word, I look. Nah, I don't go to breakfast. I see my man. I was like, yo, bro, I gotta holler at you, bro. He was like, what? I said, man, you not gonna believe this. Walk over here, bro. We was on standby for child. We walked over to John. I said, yo, bro, my word on everything, bro. I said, man, I opened the back door, bro, downstairs. I said, man, I seen the nigga nodding that bitch. Goddamn, jacking off to the goddamn CO watching him, bro.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.